Good morning, boys and girls.
And welcome to another adventure with Jim and Karen.
Where we at today?
We are doing the Dosewallips River Trail.
Right.
Okay.
Which leads into the national park. Don't know if we'll quite do that. Last time we were here, we went all the way over the top of the Olympic Peninsula and out the other side. We're not going to do that today.
No, we don't have that much time.
But Karen says she wants to see some fall colors, so we got some fall colors for sure. And then we got here, she says, it's foggy. I said, honey, in the Pacific Northwest, fog is one of the colors we get.
Right? That makes it spooky.
All right, ready to go along?
Let's go.
All right, we're on a little bit of time constraints, so we don't know how far we'll go. We left the monster at home, little Bella, and she likes eating the walls and everything else in sight. So this is as far as you can drive down the road, and it is 8 in the morning, and you can see all the cars that are here. One just pulled up. I think the other ones, because of the condensation on the window, are probably out camping. But here we go. Okay, so this is the old road. Used to go all the way down to the Dosewallips campsite, but it had some landslides and they've closed it. But it's a nice walking path. It's gonna be a beautiful day today. Lots of leaves. Maybe we'll see some critters. Nothing like the early morning sun hitting the trees. Got a little creek running next to us. Definitely fall. All right, folks, we're at 1.23. The road used to go that way. And it washed out. There's a trail that goes up and over. I want to see what this looks like, give you guys a show. Yeah. That's what came down. All right, so we decided to go up and over. And if I recall, this is one steep climb. So we'll see you guys when we get up there or on the other side. Okay, I think we're about halfway up. Stop, take a breather. So far we've come up in a very short period of time. Sun's starting to peek up. Looking good, looking good. Love that fog. What do you think about that fog up there?
I think it's cool, personally.
All right, ready to finish climbing?
Ready.
Here we go. Gotta love these switchbacks. The good thing is, at each one so far they've had a view. There's one tree growing out, another tree growing out. Little creek running down. All right, up we go. All right, boys and girls, I guess this is what the top looks like. It's been so many years, I forgot. Sure is pretty. All right, back down the other side. Okay, we made it down the other side.
I think the outside was a lot steeper.
Yeah, the side was steeper. There's a wilderness thing. Don't remember seeing that. So the creek is back that way, where we can get over. Let's check out what it looks like later on. I don't remember this box being here. Just want to find out what it is. Bears frequenting this area. Warning, warning. Backcountry camping permits. Okay. Okay, on this side, it looks like their old roadway is getting a little bit more narrow. Still easy enough for two people to walk. Sure is pretty back here. Gotta love the views on this side of the river. This side of the washout. The river's right below you. A little more narrow. which makes for better rapids. All right, just keep on pushing. I want to keep pulling this thing out and doing every hole you can see to show you guys, but then you won't want to come up here yourself. It's beautiful back in there. I'm sure the GoPro doesn't know justice, but it sure is amazing. So I still think it's the best time of year to come up here, when everything's turning colors, the contrast between the blue water, all the green, the yellows, just amazing. Let's see, I could literally walk with this thing running. In the summertime you can't see a lot of this because everything's green and blocking it. So you see the water through there. Just walk up a little bit here, like right here. There'll be an opening. Wow. Amazing. Nice little water feature just before you get to the Elkhorn camp. On the right. On the left is an island out there. Nice size. Yeah. I'm telling you folks, this is amazing. All right, boys and girls, at 2.54, you're gonna come to the sign. It says Olympic National Park. Actually, it's that way. We're not in the national park yet, but we are at the Elkhorn Dispersed Camping area up here on the left. So we're gonna come on up here, take a break, head back so we can take care of our monster at home. Passenger sign. And never forget our road sign. First time we came up here, it said, keep right. And it said one way. And I was like, what the hell? Then I forgot it was a road. A long time ago. All right, let's go check out this dispersed camping area. Elkhorn. All right, so we passed it. 1, 2, 3 little small areas. This is a pretty big area here. 2 of them were right at the water's edge. Another one was, but it's a big drop off. So I think we're gonna come over here so we can maybe get down on them rocks and relax a little bit. Looks like a walkway over here. Not a bad little camping area. One in back there had a big old hole, deep fishing hole or swimming hole, right next to the campground, right next to the camping spot. Yeah, I think we can go down here in the creek, and shouldn't say the creek, the river, and take 5 or 10. Seen a few. All right, folks, we decided to come back to the very first site, right there next to the road closed sign. Nice flat area for your tent. Little fireplace. And you can come down here to the water. There you go. All right, we're gonna take 5, 10. All right, boys and girls, one last look around. Like I was saying, we only went 2.5 miles upstream. Gets a lot prettier the further you go. But we're on a time constraint, so we're gonna start heading on back. All right, folks, it's 10:30, and the sun is just now starting to peek over the top of the mountain. These colors are gonna come alive. Folks, it takes on a whole new look once that sun peeps up over the top. The shade here so you can see it. There we go. All right. I think we're going to take the bottom way down. Boo Boo wants to try that one. Across the bottom of that ridge. Let's see what it looks like. All right, folks, so we saw this from a distance. As you can see, none of the trees are moving. It's really no wind back here. And here's a single leaf bouncing back and forth. Interesting. Looks like it's, oh, it's hanging on by a cobweb or something right there. Yeah, we saw it from way back there. I was like, what the heck is that? Huh. Okay. All right, folks. I had to show you this. I turned around. This camera's taking pictures here. It was taking a while. The leaf stopped moving. Maybe it was just somebody saying hello to us. Who knows? All right, folks. I made it back to the trail that goes up the side of the mountain. Boo Boo says she wants to take a look at this. The other side. We've done it once before, I think, going across the bottom. So let's go take a look at it. Okay, here's the road, into the road where it washed out. Got a little rope down there. Doesn't look bad.
Doesn't look bad.
You wanna give it a try, Boo Boo?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Are we gonna take a...
Here comes Boo Boo. With her short little legs. You go, monkey girl.
My hands are getting dirty.
I knew she could say my hands were getting dirty. That's why I dropped the rope. Okay.
That wasn't bad.
Well, we are right next to the river. No wonder it collapsed. All right, we'll show you over here. So this isn't a bad little trail. Well, if you fall in, it's pretty deep there, and you're gonna go for a swim downstream somewhere. You have to watch where you step because these huge maple leaves, you can't see the rocks underneath it. I was seeing the other side. One heck of a view. That's what came down. All right, let's make it to the other side before it decides it wants to come down again. All right, we're back on the regular trail. That was actually quite a nice trail through there. I mean, I guess when you're in the Pacific Northwest, you don't want to be doing that with all the landslides and rain and stuff, but it was flat, a couple rocks, wasn't bad. All right, if I recollect, we have 1.23 miles to go back to Fiona. All right, boys and girls, that wraps up yet. What?
We're not done.
Ooh, where we going?
We're gonna go to Rocky Brook Falls.
Oh, okay.
It's not far.
All right, well, I guess we'll see you there then.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, boys and girls, 5.6 miles to the trailhead, Dosewallips. 3.1 back to Highway 101. And where are we at?
Rocky Brook Falls.
Rocky Brook Falls. So there's a little parking area over here to the right. There's a board there too, tells you which kind of salmon are running. It's only about 1/10 of a mile. It's not very far. So no backpacks or anything. We just like stopping here every time we come. It's very pretty. As you'll see. You've probably seen some of our other videos too, huh?
Probably. I hope so.
Beautiful little creek. All right, boys and girls, there is a salmon in the creek. It is white. It's probably already spawned.
Oh, there is
So
one.
it's probably ready to die. And he's still alive. He's still moving a little bit.
So right down there.
Beautiful little creek. As you can see, this is exceptionally beautiful in the fall. So I think it's only like 1/10 of a mile. It's not very far. We like stopping here every time we come up. It's pretty. And in summertime, you can actually get in the water. It's still cold, but you still get in the water. Look at that. All right, let's get this waterfall right over here around the corner. All right, boys and girls, about 1/10 of a mile in. Start doing some rocks. Watch where you step. There she be. She's flowing now, buddy. All right, we're gonna go over there. Get a better shot. Rocky Brook Falls. In the summertime, you just get right out in there. Not quite flowing so hard. And it just pounces you. Really neat. I don't know, that's about maybe 3.5 feet deep maybe. In the summer. Really nice. All right, we'll see you back at Fiona. Yep, these folks are on their last days. There's a dead one there. There's one beat the crap out of over there. He's still moving around. You can tell he's been moving some rocks. I know, right? Let me see if I can get my GoPro in there.
So there's a salmon down there. I'm finding, there he is. Somewhat hidden by the foot. Can you see him swimming? Yep, there he is. He's not swimming very fast though. It's all beat up.
Right there, say it.
Yes.
All right, boys and girls, that wraps up another adventure
With Jim and Karen. So we just finished Rocky Brook Falls. Every time we've been here, it's always been amazing. It's still amazing.
The fall's pretty.
Right. Saw several dead salmon. I caught one on my phone swimming. So.
There's a couple of them, but they've been beat up. They've done their job.
Oh yeah. Poor guys.
I know, right?
But you have to see Rocky Brook Falls. It is the most magnificent. You just need to be safe and careful because the rocks are slick and wet.
In summertime, it's fun.
Yeah.
Get down in that water.
Right? It's beautiful though. And our other hike that we did, just Dosewallips River Trail, we did 5.39 miles on that with an elevation gain of 385. And that's an awesome hike too.
Yes,
It really
beautiful
is.
this time of year.
This time of year, yes.
Yep.
And it was great coming back the opposite direction. Well, instead of going back up the mountain, coming down the rope and all that by the water. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you didn't realize when we walked up, we was walking uphill the whole way.
Right?
When we was walking back, it was like, we're going downhill.
Right? Yeah, it's an awesome hike. We didn't do as much as we could have, but we have a hellion at home, so.
Yep. Speaking of hellions, let's get back and check on them.
All right. God bless, be safe, and go take a hike.